Hi everyone! Today we're at the newly furnished showroom of One Enterprise Limited. So now let's have a quick overview of the room. So first of all, I'd like to give you guys some background information of our company. So the name of our company is One Enterprise Limited, and here are the list of factories that we own. So we own 5 ceramic factories and 2 joint venture glass factories. So as we come in, we can see these 2 series, which is made of terracotta. So the name of these 2 series is Transition Stars. And here you can see that the mug is made of terracotta and embossed with reactive glaze. So for our showroom tour today, we're gonna divide the tour into 5 sections. So now let's go to our first section, which display our designer product. So now we're in the first section, which comprises of our designer products we developed with our partner designer, Alice Liddy from Australia. So she's a well-known tableware designer targeting the market in Australia, Europe, and North America. So on my right side, you can see a more plain outlook of these 2 tableware series. And on the side of the plate here, you can see some slight embossment. And on the plate, you can also see a label written Love Home, indicating that it's under the brand that we cooperate with Alice Liddy. And now let's have a look on the right side. So here it shows a more colorful outlook of this area, and indicating and our designer mainly play with more distinct patterns here in this section. So our designer really like to use contemporary hand paint watercolor, where you can see the use of this element in various sets behind. And different styles and patterns are also pursued by our designer. For instance, here you can see a more elegant floral patterns here, and which is made with embossed decal, where you can actually feel very slight embossment if you touch the plate, the front of the plate. And as mentioned, different techniques are also consumed by our designer. For example, this water pot is made with, this series is made with wax resist material, where you can actually feel very slight embossment here on the patterns, where the patterns shows. And underneath, it's our marble series, which is made with mixed clay. So you cannot see any decal here attached, because it's made with mixed clay, where the mug is actually shown to be like this when it's done. And here underneath is just more contemporary hand paint watercolor. And here on this column, there are furthermore hand paint watercolor used, but in different patterns and color. And at the very bottom, you can see this bakeware series made with pet paint, which shows a more antique feel. So furthermore, we have more hand paint watercolor and different patterns and different designs underneath. And at the very bottom, there are some geometric patterns used in various different sets, where you can sort of do a mix and match for the ceramic series. So on this side of the wall, you can see that each set is very particular in its design, but it also shows that our designer really likes to play with color, patterns, and texture. So now we're at our second section, which is our seasonal section. So at the very center, you can see our Christmas range made with hand paint dolomite. And behind are more accessories for our Christmas range. And similar to our Christmas range, our Halloween range is also made with hand paint dolomite. And underneath, below our Halloween range is like some animals figurine here, and some a pearl plated series, mermaid series underneath. So here at the top are more accessories for our Christmas range. And then here is our full Valentine's range, and Mother's Day, Father's Day, and our Easter range. So one very special element that we use for our Easter range is it's the use of pearl plating material. So this Easter bunny is pearl plated, and we can also use different colors for this technique. And below are just more ceramic products for our Christmas range. So this is the last part of our section displaying some animal mugs, and now let's move on to our next section. Now we're at our third section, and I'd like to introduce some of the technique that we use to create our ceramic products. For example, in this part, everything here is made with reactive glaze, and everything like made of reactive glaze is called perfect imperfection, indicating that each piece is perfect, but they're unique. So you can never see two identical pieces. So on this side, you can see some of our most recent design coated with reactive glaze. So in this part of the section, you can see a lot of our mugs are with electroplated gold handle. And one series that I really want to show you guys is our tea sets with mirror decal. So you can see that like the cup itself is just coated with mirroring materials, but when it's attached to the salsa, you can see the reflection from the salsa. And there are also different designs that you can see from this area. See in this area. So here is the mug wall where you can see more different technique used on to create our mugs. For example, this mermaid mug is made with glittering decal. And another example would be this coffee mug, which is made with wax resist material where you can sort of feel the embossment on the wording. So this is the end of our third section, and now let's get to our third section. So adjacent to our mug wall is some of our full range dinnerware series, and here shows more plain design. And then next to that that column is our full range dinnerware series with real gold decal. So, and there are also different designs applied to these designs with real gold decal. And here are furthermore dinnerware series, but this time, like this set is of 240 pieces dinnerware sets made with opal glass instead of ceramics. So these two series looks like it's not made with terracotta. It's actually made with terracotta, like the transition star, but it's coated with sparkle glaze and shows a more modern outlook instead of an antique outlook, like the transition stars. Next is our stackable set. And furthermore, ceramic made in new bone china, which is supposed to be a lot more light than stoneware. And it's also made matte finish, which is a more trending element recently. So here are more designs, and these two columns presents some pet paint patterns made in porcelain. And here is the bakeware section where you can see a lot of different colors applied to our bakeware series. And this red series is has been one of our best sellers for years. And everything here is microwave and oven safe. So now we get to, like, we're at our license wall where you can see a lot of our licensed product, indicating that we do offer OEM service. And now we're at our last section, which is our glassware section. And here on this two column, you can see that a lot, like, our glass product is can be coated with decal and present in different colors and different texture. And here are some electroplated wine glass. Here are some electroplated wine glass and more wine glass and some mixing bowl. And here, furthermore, water jar, decanter, vessel, and more canister. And other than this sugar jar, everything here is made with a borosilicate glass, including all this canister, and it's basically like all borosilicate glass. And on our very last column, everything here is made of borosilicate glass. And one very special feature of borosilicate glass is that all the liquid within the glass would this glass can hold up to 100 degrees Celsius liquid without hurting the glass, and it's also very thin. So you can see that there are actually two layers here, and with borosilicate glass, you can also make different designs because it's like so thin, and you can like play with different patterns and decal. Where like this glass actually has like shark on the inner surface and some fish in the outer surface, so you can sort of play with decal. And underneath are just more designs. So this is the end of our showroom tour. For any inquiry, please feel free to contact our staff with the following methods.